that business is over. So we're going to start in child's pose. Come into a comfortable child's pose, whatever that is for you. Your knees could be wide. Oh, if you're using music online, start on the second song, okay? I'm going to start on the second song too. Good. And just soften into the mat. Let your head draw down. We're starting in a gentle child's pose. So whatever version of child's pose works for you, that's where we're starting. Arms can be forward or down by your side. Hips can draw back to the heels. Head rest. So let's try not to hold any tension in the neck if we can avoid it. Good. Getting everybody settled in your child's pose. And if your arms are down by your side, let's reach them forward. And begin to walk them over to the right. So as you walk them over to the right, we're going to press into the left hand a little bit more than the right. And breathe into that left side body a bit. And then walk your arms back to center. And continue them over all the way to the other side. So press into the right hand a little more than the left. Just breathe into your right side body. So breathe into your right ribs. Notice the expansion as you inhale. Just stretching through those little muscles that are in between the ribs, your intercostals. And then walk your arms back to center and come up onto your hands and knees. And let's begin with some cat-cow. So just arching and rounding the spine. Feel free to move in whatever direction works for you. Does not just have to be linear arch and round. Good. So this week I'm actually doing an online meditation retreat. I'm attending an online meditation retreat. So that's 6 days. Luckily, I actually have slots of a break for my 2 Hastings yoga classes, so I'm still teaching those. But other than that, I'm basically just meditating. And at the start of the retreat, there was a discussion about the concept of wise speech. And because we have opportunities in some of our meditation sessions to have question and answers. And there's a couple of small group sessions. So we have times when we might need to deploy our wise speech. Come to neutral spine. And reach the left leg behind you and maybe the right arm forward. Belly draws in. Exhale, elbow to knee. And round. Inhale, lengthen. So we probably all have a pretty good idea of what wise speech means. But I started to think about it in context of some of the other things that we do, like maybe our yoga practice. So there's 4 sort of components to wise speech. Do one more on this side. And then set the right hand and the left knee down, and we'll switch. So left arm forward, right leg back. Nice and long. And then exhale, bend the elbow, bend the knee, and curl. Inhale, we're gonna lengthen. Exhale, we're gonna curl and round. Inhale. And exhale round. One more inhale. One more exhale. And then reach it forward and back and set the hands and the knee back to the mat. As you inhale, we're gonna arch the spine one more time. And as you exhale in rounds, we're gonna make our way back to downward dog. So 4 components to wise speech. The first one is to speak truthfully. So we need to be truthful in our speech. But that goes towards our actions on the mat and off as well, right? To be truthful in our actions. To not put on a show, to not listen to our ego, but to be really truthful. As you inhale, we're gonna roll forward to a plank. And once you get there, let's hold plank. So just watch out for your elbows. Yep, good. Well, hyperextending in those elbows. And then we're gonna drop the knees to the mat. Good. As you inhale, we're gonna come up high on the knees, reach the arms all the way up and over the head. And then as you exhale, we're gonna bend the elbows and open the palms. So retracting the shoulder blades, lifting the chest towards the sky. As you exhale, let's set the hands and the chest and chin all the way to the mat. And then as you inhale, straighten the legs and come flat on your belly. Good. Keep the hands underneath the shoulders, squeeze the shoulder blades together, little baby cobra here. And then exhale, lower down. As you inhale, press back up onto your hands and knees and come back to a child's pose. Round all the way through though, articulate through the lower spine as well. So being truthful, component number 1. Second one is to be helpful, right? How many times have we had someone come up and maybe they're telling us something true, but it's not helpful at all. It's the opposite of helpful. Maybe it's critical or judgmental, or maybe it's just random and not helpful. Find your way back to downward dog. And we're gonna walk the feet to the hands. And you can see how the feet to the hands, you can see how that idea works in our practice as well, right? Can we be helpful to our bodies on the mat today? So maybe in your forward fold, you're gonna bend the knees, especially if it's your first forward fold today. Be helpful to your hamstrings and glutes. Just soften into them. So truthful, helpful. What's the origin of what you're saying? Is it coming from a place of kindness, or is it coming from another place? Right? What's our real intention? What's our real objective? Because we all know there's people who say like nice things, but underneath there's really, it's sort of like a insult hidden in a compliment. Slowly roll all the way up. Come to your Tadasana, you're standing, grounding into the feet, 4 corners of the feet. So big toe, baby toe, and then each side of the heel. Draw the belly in, get nice and tall, soften the shoulders, close the eyes. And the last piece of wise speech is timing, having appropriate timing. Letting the words make sense in the moment, being contextual, or being respectful of someone else when they're speaking. Same thing on the mat, right? Be respectful of your timing today. Maybe you need to take it a little easier. Maybe you want to go for it today. But understand where it's coming from. Open your eyes and bring the arms around and up. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we're going to find our flat back here. As you exhale, bend the knees, we're going to step to plank. Inhale is going to keep us in a high plank. Exhale, we're going to lower all the way to the mat. This time as you inhale, press into a high cobra. So ground into the hands, lift the chest, open the shoulders. And then exhale, we're going to slowly roll back over the toes to downward dog. But then from here, we're going to round our way through to plank and drop the knees all the way to the mat. As you inhale, come all the way high up on the knees, reach the arms over the head. As you exhale, bend the elbows, open the palms, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, set the hands to the mat, and then exhale, let your chest and chin come to the mat as well. So squeeze those elbows in. This time, straighten the legs, press into the hands, lift the chest, open the shoulders, and roll your way back to downward dog. Breathe here. So how do we deploy these same elements of wise speech here on the mat? So be truthful, be honest in your body. Be helpful. If something is not serving you, don't do it. Skip it, modify. That's also with your thoughts. What are the thoughts that go along with that? Are they judgments? Are they criticism? Are they acceptance? Let them come from a kind heart that sort of extends that acceptance piece. And then acknowledge where you are in your space today, in your body, in your mind. Timing is key. Inhale, we're going to come high on the toes. Exhale, bend your knees, hop, step, or float the feet to the hands. Inhale, let's find our flat back. Exhale, let's forward fold, head hang. Inhale, bring the arms all the way around and up, palms touch. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Good, again, Namaskar. Inhale, arms around and up. Exhale, let's forward fold. Inhale, find your flat back. Exhale, let's float our way through plank chaturanga. Inhale, high cobra, lift your chest, soften the shoulders, good up. Exhale, find your way back, downward dog. Let's inhale and roll forward to plank. So really rolling it out to the side. Exhale, drop your knees to the mat. Inhale, come high on the knees, reach the arms up and over the head. Exhale, bend the elbows, open the palms, retract the shoulder blades. Inhale, set the hands to the mat. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, high cobra. Maybe you want to lift the knees coming into an upward dog. Exhale, back, downward dog. 5 breaths here. So be truthful, be helpful, be kind to yourself. Let it come from a place of compassion, acceptance. And then acknowledge where you are today. Doesn't matter where you were yesterday or where you're going to be tomorrow. It's just about the timing right now, today, right here. Inhale, high on the toes. Exhale, bend your knees, hop, step, or float the feet to the hands. Inhale, hop, hop. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sit into your chair, Utkatasana. So press into the heels, soften the shoulders. Find that extension of the spine. And then forward fold as you exhale. Inhale, flat back here. Exhale flows you through chaturanga if you want it. Skip it if you don't. Inhale. Exhale it back. So let's think about this as the tenets of our wise practice, right? Just like wise speech. Right leg lift, inhale. As you exhale, bend your knee, draw to your nose, step the foot in between your hands, drop your back knee. Inhale, we're gonna reach the arms all the way up, lift the arms. As you exhale, we're gonna set the hands down, shift your weight into the back knee, but keep going. We're gonna roll all the way back and find a Navasana. But what is your wise Navasana today? Maybe you wanna support the knees. Maybe you don't want to, maybe you can straighten. They're all okay. It's all wise practice. Lifting the chest, accessing those hip flexors, strengthening them mindfully and wisely. And then bend the knees, set the feet to the floor, walk your hands behind you. We're coming into tabletop. Press into the feet, lift the hips, drop the shoulders back. Exhale, lower the hips, cross at the ankles, just roll high up onto your knees. We're gonna reach those arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows, open the palms. Inhale, set your hands to the mat. Exhale, chest and chin lowers. Inhale, sweep through a high cobra or an upward dog. Exhale it, that's downward dog. So we're opening the heart. That's where our wisdom is. That's how we practice from that kind heart. There's a lot of heart opening today. Left leg's gonna lift. Inhale it nice and high. As you exhale, bend the knee, draw to the nose, step the foot in between the hands, drop the back knee. Inhale, arms are gonna reach up. Soften those shoulders, lift the chest. Belly draws in. Good. Exhale, set the hands down. We're straightening the left leg, but we're gonna keep going. Find our Navasana. What is your wise Navasana for this moment, right? Remember how important timing is. You may feel like one time we do this, oh, I want to straighten the legs, and then another, I want to hold on to the knees. It's all about timing. Cross the ankles, roll over the knees, come high up on your knees, inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend those elbows, reach out those shoulder blades, lift the heart to the sky. We're starting to open here. Exhale, hands come down, chest and chin come down. Inhale, open the chest. Good, high cobra. Exhale it back, downward dog. 5 breaths here. So be truthful in your practice today and be helpful. Right? What's going to serve you, what's not. And then come at it from your true heart, your compassion, your acceptance. It's okay, whatever it is, it is. And remember that today is today. So what do you need today? Inhale, we're going to come high on those toes. Exhale, we're going to bend the knees, hop, step or float the feet to the hands. Inhale, find your flat back. Exhale, let's fold. Inhale, sit into your chair, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back here. Exhale, we'll meet in downward dog. So if vinyasa is for you, go for it. Inhale. Good, Renee. Exhale it back. Downward dog. Beautiful. Right leg's gonna lift. Inhale. Exhale, knee's gonna draw to the nose. Step the foot in between your hands. Drop your back knee and float your arms up. So we're finding our Anjaneyasana. And then hands are gonna come to the heart. Let's twist. So left elbow outside right knee. Gaze up to the sky. If you're looking for more, curl those toes under, lift the back knee. But that's the beauty of a wise practice. You can ask yourself these 4 questions. You can remind yourself, am I working truthfully? Is this the right time for me to do this? Is it coming from acceptance? And is it helpful? We're going to drop that back knee down, shift all the way back, come into our Navasana. So you know it's coming now. Inhale. And then cross up the ankles, come up. Oh no, we forgot our tabletop. Plant the feet first, tabletop. I didn't know what was coming apparently. Exhale, lower the hips. Now we're crossing over the ankles. Come up high on your knees, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale as you bend those elbows, open those palms. If you want to start to bring your hands to lower spine for camel, go ahead. We're just finding more space. Exhale, hands, chest, and chin, come to the mat. Inhale, high cobra, upward dog, whatever it is, it is. Exhale it back, downward dog. And second side, left leg's gonna lift. As you exhale, knee draws to the middle, step the foot in between your hands, drop your back knee. Inhale, let's float those arms all the way up. Exhale, let's twist. Right elbow outside left knee this time. Looking up to the sky. Be truthful, be helpful. Come from a place of compassion and explore your timing. And if it all works, lift that back knee. Squeeze through your right buttocks. As you exhale, hands come down, drop your back knee, shift all the way back into a Navasana. Inhale. 5 breaths here. You got it. Let's strengthen. What's your timing for this one? Maybe you want to bend the knees for this one. And then bend the knees, step the feet to the floor, bring the hands behind you. Lift up. Let's find our tabletop. Exhale, hips lower, cross over your ankles, come up high on your knees, bring those arms all the way up and over the head. Exhale, bend the elbows, open the palms. If you feel like you're ready, start to bring your hands to the lower back. Looking for camel. Pressing the hips forward, rolling the shoulders back. You guys got this, beautiful. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Chest and chin are gonna follow. Inhale, sweep all the way through high cobra. And then exhale it back, downward dog. And just breathe. 5 breaths here. Inhale brings you high on the toes. Exhale, bend your knees, hop, step, or float the feet to the hands. Inhale, find your flat back here. Exhale, we're gonna forward fold. Inhale, let's sit into our chair. So find your Utkatasana, press back into the heels, soften the shoulders. Good, nice, Bridget. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back here. Exhale, move through your vinyasa or skip it. Be wise in your practice today. You know what the elements of this wise practice are, so just explore them. Right leg's gonna lift nice and high. Good, Kim. Flex the foot, draw your knee towards your nose, and step the foot in between the hands. Good. Belly draws in. We're going to lift all the way up into a high crescent lunge. Nice, tall. If you can, bring your arms up a little higher and just relax your shoulders. Good. As you exhale, we're going to bend those elbows. Roll the shoulder blades together, palms face up. So we've been doing this a lot. Good. And then as you exhale, shoot the arms forward. And from here, if you can, you're also going to lift that left leg up. So here we are, warrior 3. Be kind to yourself. Drop your lifted hip a little bit, Allison. We're going to meet in a standing split, so hands can come down when you're ready. Let the head go. So we're going to explore a little bit in the standing split. So press into your hands so much. So if you can't press into your hands, maybe put your hands on blocks if they're not all the way to the floor. We're going to roll our weight into the hands, that maybe the heel of your right foot lifts. So it's this release of the leg a little bit as you press into the arms. 2 more breaths. Good, then bend that front knee, set the knee back long behind you. We're going to be in our Anjaneyasana. Inhale, arms come all the way up. Exhale, float your way all the way back into Navasana. Just a breath. Exhale, set the feet down, set the hands down, press up into our tabletop. And lower the hips down, cross the ankles, come onto the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms rolling up. Exhale, palms face up to the sky. Inhale, set the hands down. Exhale, chest and chin. Inhale, sweep through to that high cobra. And we'll find our way back, downward dog. Breathe here, softening the shoulders. Second side. Left leg's gonna lift nice and high. As you exhale, bend the knee, draw to the nose, step the foot in between your hands. Inhale is gonna bring us up to a high lunge. Exhale, we're gonna bend the elbows, open the palms, press out through that right leg. As you inhale, we're gonna shoot those arms forward and then lift the right leg as well into warrior 3. And then we're gonna find our hands down to the floor, let the head shake out. And we're gonna be here for a little while. So play with the weight in your hands. So it's almost like you're trying to press the floor away with your hands. And notice how that makes your leg feel lighter. Maybe you can even lift off the heel. So what are we noticing in our Waguespack practice today? Here's what I'm noticing. Despite meditating for 6 hours a day for the last 3 days, I feel very wiggly today in my body. So what does that mean? Well, I just have to accept that. No judgment. Bend the left knee, step the right knee back behind you. Inhale, arms come all the way up. Exhale, shift your weight all the way back into Navasana. Exhale, set the feet down, bring the hands behind you, lift. And then lower across the ankles, come up onto your knees, float the arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows, palms open. And then set the hands chest and chin to the mat. Inhale, high cobra. You decide here, 5 breaths, child's pose or downward dog. So this retreat was originally supposed to be in person, and it was supposed to be 6 days of silent meditation. You're guided by the teachers, but you yourself are silent, other than Q&A, I think. So when, obviously, for obvious reasons, it became virtual. And I was very suspect of how it was gonna feel. Inhale, high on the toes. Exhale, bend your knees, hop, step, float the feet to the hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, come into your chair. So Utkatasana, good. Let's forward fold again. We're gonna meet in downward dog, so you decide if you want to vinyasa or not. We will meet there. Good. Let's plant the left foot and step the right foot forward, warrior one. Arms reach up. Ground into the back heel and big toe. Wrap your left hip forward, not just your hip, but the inner thigh rolls in. Good. And as we exhale, let's open to warrior two. So bending into the front knee, pressing into the outer edge of the back foot, arms are nice and strong. Right forearm's gonna come to your thigh, left arm's gonna reach up, and then let's sweep it over. Maybe softening into the right knee a little bit. So anyway, I was very suspect of how it was gonna work. Obviously, I'm living at home with my two children, my husband, my two dogs, so how am I gonna be silent for 6 days? So they restructured it. So you had moment breaks within your day, like this, for instance. I could teach. Inhale, come on up. Bring the hands behind your back, roll your shoulder blades together, reach it back, and then exhale, fold on top of or inside the thigh. And on the first day, the first evening, Sunday evening, the teacher said, he said, one of the really powerful side effects, sort of silver linings of doing this on Zoom, is that the students have to come back and forth from this into life and then back into their meditation practice. Bring your hands inside your front foot, lift off your back heel and drop the back knee to the mat. So we're coming into lizard. You're gonna come onto your forearms. Letting that right knee move in towards your shoulder. You can lift the back knee or keep it low, it's up to you. But breathe here regardless. Squeezing that right knee in towards your shoulder. And he said it's actually a very powerful practice because after every session, they say, set your intention for how you're gonna bring this out with you into this pause, right? Into this other part of your life. And so I've been very focused on wise speech this week with my family. And the dynamic in my house is quite different, which made me realize maybe I haven't had so much wise speech over the last year. Press back into the hands. Walk your right foot to your center of your mat, arms up, coming into Anjane. But we're gonna twist again. If you wanna take it further, separating the arms, maybe wrapping, looking for a bind. If your wise practice thinks it's okay to lift that back knee, then squeeze your left buttocks and go ahead and lift it. But go through the process. Be truthful, be helpful. Work from your heart and acknowledge whether this is the time. Is this the time? Because all that matters is this moment. Release out whatever you're working in there. Shift it all the way back. We're coming into Navasana. Inhale, Navasana. Exhale, tabletop. So plant the feet, plant the hands, and lift. Inhale, roll over the ankles, come up high on the knees, reach the arms up. Exhale, come into your camel. If you're ready for that, hands can be pointing down or up. Lift the heart as you let the head come back. Pressing the hips forward. Exhale, hands, chest and chin, come to the mat. Inhale, lift, gaze forward. Exhale, rolls you back, downward dog. So what I've noticed by interspersing an hour of meditation and then an hour of life is I'm much more focused and productive in that hour of life. And not in a stressful, frenetic, I have to get it all done in this hour kind of way. It's very calm and organized. So there is really value in what we do here, right? Because this is part of our meditation. It allows us to offer that up in the rest of our life. Good. So plant the right foot, step the left foot forward, warrior one. Arms reach up to the sky. Press into the heel and big toe. Wrap your right hip forward and your right inner thigh. Exhale, opening, warrior two. Arms reach forward and back, bending into that front knee. Left forearm's gonna come to left thigh. Right arm's gonna reach up. Let's float that arm over the ear, press through the outer edge of the back foot, bend into the left knee. Good. Inhale's gonna bring us back up. Let's interlace those hands, roll the shoulder blades together, reach the arms back, and we'll forward fold on top of or inside the thigh. And then set both hands inside your front foot, lift off your back heel, drop your back knee, coming into your lizard. So maybe you're on your forearms. If you want to lift the back knee, that's an option. But go through this process of wise practice. Like, what's the truth in your body today? Like, truth is, I'm better off with my knee down, right? And what's going to be helpful? What do I really want to accomplish here? And then, is what I want to accomplish coming from my heart, or is it coming from my ego? Is it judgment or acceptance? And then it's always about the timing, right? It's not about what you did yesterday or what you can do tomorrow. It's just today. Press up into the hands. Walk your foot towards the center of your mat. Come up into your Anjaneyasana. And we're moving from here into a twist. Right elbow outside left knee. Looking up to the sky. So here's our chance. If we want to take it further, you're separating the arms. Maybe you're wrapping the left arm underneath. Maybe you're lifting the back knee. What is going to serve you here? Okay, let's release all that out. Drop the back knee if it's lifted. Shift all the way back, find your Navasana. Inhale just once. Exhale, set the feet, set the hands. Inhale, lift. Tabletop. Exhale, lower the hips, cross over the ankles. Inhale brings you high up on the knees. Here we are back in our camel again. Where you want the hands to go, they can point down, they can point up. Rolling those shoulder blades together and lifting the chest. Sinking forward into the hips. So imagine there's a wall that you're going to be pressing those hip bones against. And hands, chest, and chin come to the mat. Inhale brings you into a higher cobra. Exhale your way back, downward dog. Inhale high on your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, hop step or float the feet to the hands. Inhale, find your flat back here. Exhale, we're gonna forward fold. Inhale, we're gonna sit back into our chair. So find your Utkatasana. And then we'll come to Ardha Utkatasana. So you're letting those hips come back, you're pressing into the heel, you're reaching forward. And then set the hands to the floor. And we're gonna come wide into our Malasana squat. So if you're more comfortable sitting on a block, remember this is your wise practice today. This is taking all those 4 components and making an informed decision. So right arm's gonna come inside right leg. Left arm's gonna come up to the sky. And then hands come back, we'll switch. Left arm inside left leg, right arm up to the sky. Hands come back. So options to do that again, or we're gonna try something a little different. So you're gonna take your right arm and wrap it around the front of your knee, and maybe tuck your hands underneath your foot, and then try the same thing with the left, okay? And if tucking your hands underneath your foot does not feel good, you don't have to do that part, of course. Good, breathe here. Good, so lift off your toes, come on back to Malasana. Now I'm gonna give playtime. So Bakasana is option 1, okay? We can play with Bakasana, lifting. Okay, option 2, this same idea. You're gonna wrap your right arm around your front of your leg and see if the left arm can come around into a bind. So above, so we're doing almost, yeah. I'm gonna get a little closer. So typically, sometimes we do this bind with the arm underneath. Today, we're trying it in front, okay? See, hands. Now, if you're feeling really stable here and you wanna try to lift right leg up. See, I told you I'm feeling wiggly today, guys. And then lower it back down. And then blessing and a curse, we have both sides. So we're gonna try the other side now. Left arm wraps around the front. Right arm behind, maybe you have that bind. If you do and you wanna try lifting, you're gonna try to lift. Good, Tal. No judgment, right? This is wise practice. All practice. Or you're in Malasana, or you're playing with Bakasana. Who's that Bakasana, Tony? Good job. Well, no, I can't do your heads down, I think. Nice, Kim, beautiful. Good, Bridget. You guys are rock stars. Good job, nice, Yana, beautiful. There you go. Excellent, okay. Forward fold, I think it's time. Come into forward fold. Grab your big toes, just let your head hang. Breathe here. All right. Release your toes. We're going to come back into Utkatasana. Inhale. As you exhale, we're going to forward fold. Inhale, we're going to find our flat back. Good. As you exhale, float your way through. If you want your vinyasa, go for it. Skip it if you don't. Inhale. And exhale it back. Right leg's gonna lift. Inhale. Exhale, knee is gonna come to the nose. Step the foot in between your hands. Lift up. Last time in high crescent lunge. Exhale, bend the elbows, open those palms. Notice the space you've cultivated in the heart. Exhale, shoot the arms forward, come into your warrior three, so lift. Once again, we're gonna float into our standing split, so come all the way down. Press into those hands again. Notice how, try to make that leg as light as you possibly can. Good. And then while you're here, feeling all that strength in the arms, bringing your chest a little forward, maybe you're gonna feel ready to hop it up, right? Just little hop. Doesn't have to end up in any kind of handstand. We're just playing, right? Good. Bend your right knee, step the left foot long behind you. Drop the back knee. I'm gonna face you guys for this. Arms come up, yep, thank you. Alice is reading my mind. Hands come down, we're coming back to lizard. That's where we work on. But this time we're gonna do that same thing again. Right arm comes forward, pressing the right hand down. So it's not a bind. Right hand's gonna press down. So just like we were pressing into the hands a minute ago, we're gonna press into the hands again. We're gonna curl the back toes under and lift the back knee. And then you can see if you can lift that foot up, okay? Yeah. So with the pressing of the arms, that knee is into the back of your arm. There may be a couple of us that wanna try lifting that back leg. So damn wiggly today. But it's intense without the help of that left arm. And we'll meet in downward dog. All downhill after the second side in a good way. Left leg is gonna lift, inhale. Exhale, bend your knee, draw to your nose, step the foot in between the hands. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, bend the elbows, open the palms. Inhale, shoot it forward into your warrior three. Exhale, bring those hands down to the floor. So again, you're working that weight into the hands. So your hands are so solid that your leg feels soft and light. And those hip flexors, all those Navasanas, that's gonna help us with the lift part of the leg. So just either hang on in your standing split or maybe feel the lightness. Playtime, right? And then bend your left knee, set your right foot long behind you, drop the knee, walk your left foot out to the side. We're back in lizard. Last one. Wrapping the left arm. So again, I'm gonna face forward. You're wrapping the left arm to the outside of the knee and pressing into both hands. And maybe you stay here, all good. Getting that feeling of the arms pressing down and the leg resting into the arms. Maybe you're gonna lift that back knee. Maybe you're gonna feel so strong in the arms that you can lift the foot, just keep the belly engaged. And then last piece of this would be working into the arm balance, which is super hard. Whew. I don't know about you guys, but I'm like sweating. Good. Alice, you're probably sweating. It's hot in here. Come back to downward dog. Okay, I think it's time for pigeon. Yay, right leg's gonna lift. Let's bend the right knee and stack it first. Yeah, so just stack it, open it up. And then bring your hips back, bring your right knee towards your right wrist, ankle towards your left wrist. And fold forward. softening in to your own wisdom in your speech, in your actions, in your practice. It all goes together. And then make your way back to downward dog. Let's shake out the right leg a bit. Let's do some circles, release out those hip flexors a bit. And then set the right hand down, or right hand, right foot down, left leg lift. Drop the left hip. And then knee comes to left wrist, ankle comes to right wrist, fold forward. Slowly make your way back to downward dog. Let's shake out the leg. And shift forward to plank. And then we're gonna roll onto our back, or sorry, lower first. Lower all the way, then roll onto your back. Good. And then bend your knees and let's do one final back bend. So see how you feel. Right? Use your Waguespack. Do you want a bridge? Do you want Urdhva Dhanurasana? What's going to work for you? Good. Good. Slowly lower it all down. Hug your knees into your chest. Let your knees float over to the right, arms and feet head to the left. Gazing over that opposite shoulder. And back to center over to the other side, change your gaze. And then make your way back. Lower your legs to the floor, bring your arms down by your side. Close your eyes. As you surrender your wise practice, draw yourself back to your intention, wise speech. Perhaps create a dedication to deploy this opportunity we have to speak truthfully and helpfully and from a kind heart with timing that makes sense, right? About being in this moment. You soften into these few moments of meditation. Dedicate that wise speech to someone or some situation that you know can be served. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. And reach your arms all the way up and over your head. Stretch. Draw your knees into your chest. Roll slowly onto your right side. And then make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands to your heart. And close your eyes. Thank yourself for this wise practice. I thank you so much for being here with me today, in person, online. It's my honor always to guide you. Namaste.